Why is it not going live? Why? What happened? Why did you say going live for so long? I've been talking for so long. And I just decided to look back and it was like rendering. I had this whole monologue about what I was doing tonight. Oh my gosh. It's been that kind of day. Hi. It's been a long day. It's been a day of moving heavy boxes and heavy mattresses. So I am very exhausted. I guess I should pull this down and kind of re-explain what the heck I'm doing. So since I've gotten back and realized that the house did indeed flood, things have been rather hectic, and it was a lot easier just to use for filming videos and going live and stuff like this, to use my already ready traveling setup. I have a like small tripod that folds up really small, which I'm very thankful for. I know, I'm sorry. Finally, I went live at I thought I went live at 7:05, which is already late. I pressed go live on YouTube and then minimized the browser, and I guess that doesn't make it go live, because then I pulled it back up. I was like, it's been a long time without any comments. And I opened up the browser and it was like, congrats, you're live. I'm like, now? So I apologize about that. But essentially, okay. So you know that I idolize Evan Edinger to an unhealthy degree, to the point where I probably couldn't actually sustain a, like, real life friendship with him because I idolize him so much it would just be awkward. That's kind of my goal with a lot of my YouTube favorite people, is like, I want to be your friend, but him I hold on a whole other pedestal, which is probably not healthy. But he's talked recently about really upgrading his setup, and I'm like, you know what? I want to do that too, especially with, you know, all these home renovations, like everything's getting torn out so you can start fresh. So like this particular room, I've worked really hard trying to get the lighting to look good. You know, I've got that light, which is adding some ambient light, and also a bit of like lighting, like warm rim hair light right here, and then I got a big LED on that side pointing down, so I got some cool right here. And then I've already shown you my like actual lighting setup, how soft and how bounced it is. So I'm very proud about that. But the tripod situation sucks. It's on this very wobbly desk that I can very easily wiggle, and that's not great. So today, you know what I found? Also, I probably should say hi to everyone. I'm sorry. Hi, Chris. And Yovita. Susan, hi! And Stefan. The cool folks are here. So I have I dug out this big monster, way too heavy tripod that I've used. The nice thing about this, though, is it gets really tall, and I'm kind of a tall person, so it can stay on my level. I love this tripod so much. I've had it for years, and it's still going strong. And also, you know what I dug out? Because an issue that I've talked about a lot is like having a lens hood, or a matte box on your lens to like block the reflections or the glares. I remembered, wait a minute, I have one of those. So I dug it out of the garage and bada boom, I could use this. I've just had this sitting in our garage not being used because it goes to this bad boy. This is a camera rig that I bought years ago, like 2016, I think. And I bought this because my friend Ryan wanted to shoot a music video. And at the time, the only camera I had, the 70D, didn't have any kind of stabilization features built in, and handheld, because we wanted to do it handheld. But handheld on a DSLR with no stabilization is shaky. So I got this to, like, stabilize, but still have it look kind of handheld. And then it's just been sitting in my garage since. And I've realized, wait a minute, I can combine the two of them. And right about there is like where I realized that I wasn't live last time, which is why I was holding this. And there's two reasons for this. One, honestly, it just looks really cool. And that's the main one. But two, it'll just be nice to, because one of the great things about a rig like this is that you can attach things to these handles. So I got out all of the pieces, but I haven't really set it up. So I figured I could do that live, like with you on this stream, and just like, I don't know, talk about life or whatever. But be doing this in the meantime. Does that sound interesting to you? Does that sound fun? Now, the only problem with this rig is that it doesn't provide instructions. So I'm going to try and remember how to set this up, but it's been a hot number of years here. But hopefully the video should be looking even better soon. I also today set up a sound blanket, which was actually a moving blanket that we weren't using. So hopefully the audio sounds better, because there's this giant blanket being held up here that'll help like deflect some of the reverberations happening, because this is like a wood wall right here. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Oops, autofocus. Autofocus moment. How do I get rid of that? Yeah, face tracking, please. There we are. Sorry about that. Okay, so I gotta remember how this all goes together, which is difficult. The other issue is that this tripod, I seem to have lost the mounting plate, which sucks. So I'm gonna have to jury rig some kind of way to attach it. Will you be streaming on Thanksgiving? I was planning on it. I didn't really think about that too much. Our family eats dinner pretty early, but if it will interfere with other people eating dinner, well, also time zones. So if it will interfere with other people eating, then maybe not. Moving blanket to block sound. Smart, gonna have to do that. Well, thank you. It seems to work. Do I sound okay? Do you hear any reverberations? You definitely hear my computer going 90 miles an hour, but I don't know of a good way to fix that. So unfortunately, I guess I have to remove this very nice tripod head, which I love so much. You're my baby. Mwah. Because I don't have the quick release plate for it, which sucks. I gotta mount it directly on the sticks here. Hey Chris, my city's on the brink of a lockdown. Same. I think that they officially like canceled dining, right? Or outdoor dining you can no longer do. It's only takeout. So I feel a little bit bad for all those restaurants that, you know, set up all those tables and chairs, but it's also like, I don't know, I don't want people to be stupid. So that's, you know, the main thing. Oh, this is just, oh no, okay, that's not attached. Which, are these the same length? No, this one's longer. So I'm trying to figure this out as I go along with no instructions. We're already locked down here. I'm home early from college. Oh, goody goody gumdrops. Don't you love Friday the 13th? Doesn't it seem to have a, how does this go? How am I supposed to do this? Okay, think. I'm trying to figure out, I have a whole bunch of miscellaneous gear here. Let me pan down and show you a little bit. There's a lot of stuff and no instruction manual, so I'm trying to figure this out. And it's going about as well as you'd expect, which is to say, not very well at all. Lol, it's always Friday the 13th. You right. Yeah, I can't argue. This also has a little handle, which I'm excited about. But some things I'm like, I don't know what the point of them are. Like, I don't know what this thing is for. Oh, I'm out of room on this desk. How do I do this? How Doth one do this? Stupid people are the ones who don't wash their hands after using the bathroom. Ew! Especially during a global, like in general, please wash your hands. But especially during such a pandemic, please, I'm begging you to wash your hands. There we are. I needed to get a screwdriver, apparently, but I don't have one. I don't want to get up. So we're just gonna improvise. Oh! I do! A little thingy here, right here. Susan just texted me saying, talk about something else. Okay. So apparently I'm being too nerdy. How's your week? How's your week been? My week's been really good, very difficult, not in like an emotional way. Bye, Stefan. But just like a physical way, because we've been moving so much stuff. Just so much moving. Oh, hi, Gina. Bye, Gina. I appreciate it. I miss ya. We need to play Among Us with everyone again. Although I do kind of miss Pokemon. I've been thinking about it lately a lot. How do I do this? What? Chris, where's your S necklace? It's actually inside my shirt. Is it? Where's my necklace? I thought it was inside my shirt. It's not inside my shirt. Or inside my hoodie. Where's my necklace? What? I always have it. It was in there this morning, I thought. What? I don't know. I hope it didn't break. I don't know where my necklace is. I'm sorry. Susan, I don't hate you. That's a little bit concerning. Huh. Yeah. Anywho. That's weird. Yeah, have I recovered from COVID? Yes, 100%. And it's been, you're supposed to wait like 10 days after your symptoms go away to have any contact with anybody. And I waited a month just to be extra safe. So, yeah, I feel really good. Bye, Yovita! Please don't drop it. No. Never. I'm not talking about that. I would never do that. I'm just worried that, like, it fell out at some point somewhere in the house. I don't really know. I'm a little bit concerned. Okay, so this is just going to have to rest flat against this, huh? Apparently. And I can take off this weight. This is what your boy spends way too many, honestly, hours doing. Is just fiddling with equipment. But I love it. I love doing this kind of stuff. Menord! Hope you all find it. You shouldn't lose it. I know. I'm worried, honestly. Because, like, it was on my neck. It was on my neck. It was inside, because I put a hoodie on, because it was cold this morning. And I normally, if I don't have it on, I hang it from, like, I have a little hook right here that is not there. So I can always get you a new one. Oh, thank you. But it's not the same. It's not the one that we got together. Yeah, like what's important, what's special isn't as much the actual necklace as just the memories that it brings up. Very, very good memories. I've really been lately looking through a lot of our pictures together and just like, I'm sorry, is that too sappy? That's a little sappy. But it's true. So I put the camera on here. Um, what else has happened this week? It's really just been a week of moving things. Not much else, to be honest. Which is a struggle and a half, but I'm really trying to upgrade my setup. I know that I haven't released a video. I've made one. I've edited one that is, I feel like it's nah. And then I've filmed a Hey Chris for the week, but I have not actually edited it yet. And crap. I will edit it. Today, it's been really busy lately. I'm sorry. How am I supposed to do this? Oh, like that. Yeah. Okay. So the camera is locked on the frame itself, and I can pull it back a bit. So this is the essence of the rig. It's putting the camera on these two metal poles. Because then you can attach so many things to these metal poles. Like, for example, I don't know. Where'd it go? A mat box. Here we are. This was... Oops, I need to adjust it. I need to adjust the height. It's too tall. But this was the original idea, so that I can block off any extra light hitting from any sides except for directly in front of the camera. And also it just makes the camera look fancier. And not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for that. I think it's really cool. So that's my honestly main motivation for doing this. Like, yeah, the utility, absolutely. But also it just looks cool. It just looks cool. Do I have the piece? So what's been something really good that's happened to you this week? What's been the excitement? Dude, I'm writing several videos. My mind is more creative right now than ever. That's awesome. I'm happy for you, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you make, man. Do I have that particular screwdriver? I had to make it like a weird shape. I know I have it in the garage, but the garage is so far away. I don't want to go all the way to the garage. I don't want to go all the way to the garage. Ooh. Wait a minute. Could I hook up a different release plate to this head? What? Yo, that changes everything. I can use this other release plate. It doesn't look very fancy, but it works, and that's what's important. Is this interesting to you? Do you, are you watching me set this up? Because I can set it up off stream. I thought it'd be kind of interesting to, show you this little behind the scenes bit. But if this is kind of boring to you, then I'm not married to this. We can move on. Just let me know, if you're into this or if you're snooze fest 5000, as the cool kids say. That's what all the neat, the cool people. This is enjoyable. Okay, well, that makes me feel good. Thank you. How do I attach this? How do I attach this to the tripod? Is the question of the day. With the quick release plate. It helps if you listen to Titanic. Oh, I thought you meant the you're here. There's nothing I fear. That was on key right there. other exciting thing. I got a Roku. I've never had like a Roku. Or so growing up, my mother hated like television. And so like we had DVDs or VHSs, but never really like, you know, the TV was off for 90% of the time. And I've just kind of adopted that as an adult. I technically have a television in my room, but that is purely for decoration, and it is literally never on. I don't know where the remote to turn it on is. But I've been loving the Mandalorian series so much and just been watching that on my laptop. And I had a spare monitor, so I caved and purchased the little Express, the little cheap one. And it's fantastic to actually watch something. Granted, it's still a monitor, but it's not like a laptop monitor. It's not tiny. It's a big boy. So that's been my latest obsession, is just watching Mandalorian on an actual television screen, which is pretty wild. What do I need? I need to figure out how to screw this into this, which is more difficult than it sounds, because I don't think it's meant to do that. Question mark. How do you do this? What is happening? I've obviously done this in the past. It's been so many years, man. Genuinely, it's been so long since I've last touched all of this stuff. But yeah, what's one really... There we go. What's one really neat thing this week that has happened to you? I want to hear some stories. I'm a sucker for stories, and also trying to distract my mind so I can focus on this more, which I know sounds contradictory, but genuinely that's the way that I work. So yeah. What if so this won't screw into this. This is what, like, all of my days are, really, is just dealing with equipment, but I love it. You know, I love to, it's like, it's a struggle, but it feels good. It's a good kind of struggle, and I am very thankful that I get to do this. Oh, Susan, I cried more than 5. Yeah, I can confirm. It's been from various different things, shall we say. Shoot, where is this screw piece I need? Also, I think I know what's been causing that audio stuttering. I think somehow I've configured the music. You know, the music that usually plays in the background? I think I configured that wrong, and I don't know how to fix it. So I've just left it off this stream. And if this starts to stutter, then we know that that was not the problem. How on earth do I attach you to this tripod head? I think I know how you're supposed to do it, but I don't have the piece to do it. So I've got to figure out another way to do it without the piece, which is what some people might call difficult. It's difficile. No, genuinely, like I'm not making fun of people that stutter. I'm saying if it stutters. That's like the definition of the word. No, no, no. I hate like mocking. Like that kind of stuff is gross and disgusting. I know that you're joking, but also genuinely, like, screw that noise. We're not about that. So I just want to go on record and say that I'm sorry. I've realized that a lot of like the kind of language that I've used in the past is very ableist, and that's not cool. That's not good. So yeah, I know that you're joking, Susan. I know, but I just want to get like that on record. That like we're not about, because why make people feel bad when you could not? There you have the option to not make people feel bad, and that's a lot more fun. Oh, how do I do this? How on earth? There we go. I'll just super glue it. There we are. This makes it look so much fancier of a camera setup, right? This looks like something at like a baseball game. Like this looks so fancy, even though in reality it's really not. But it looks fancy, and that's what matters. In fact, I could even add the handles on the front to really make it look uber duber fancy schmoober. Yeah. If I attach the handles to this, it will actually make it a little bit easier to move and to rotate the camera, which will be nice, not gonna lie. Oh, bye, Susan. I'll text you right after this. Is this interesting to you at all? Like, I feel like it's not. And I'm worried. I'm worried that I'm boring you. Which sucks. Like, screw boring. I know I have the attention span of a gnat. So, not boring people is, like, a thing for me. I don't want to do it here. This is a very light setup, but what it's like to use. You filmed my music video almost 4 years ago. Holy cow. What? 4 years ago? Wow. Okay. Wow. That's wild. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's cool. I just had a little existential crisis right there. But that's fine. Everything's fine. 4 years ago? What? Holy cow. Okay. Just have, the inevitable passage of time is terrifying, and we're all getting old, and we're all gonna die one day. It's cool. It's cool. There we are. What'd be neat is if I can manage to get this all set up in time at some point in the stream, I could switch the HDMI cable, and then you could see what this new fancy setup will look like, which it'll probably look like mostly the same. But, smile, you're on camera. I have to raise the camera a bit, as you can see. But yeah, I really like this. I really like this. Okay, so I think this piece goes on here. I think. And then these go here. I feel like a kid playing with Legos. Except there is a right way to do this, but you don't get the instruction manual. Here we are. So you set it like this. And you can attach this fun little dude. And the purpose of this is to reach up so that you can attach a handle on top. I mean, that's not the only reason, but it's a neat reason too. And I like neat reasons. I like neat things. Except that this... Oh boy. Already a slight issue in that this is not tightening as much as it should. And I think the reason for that is this little washer. There we go. I've been meaning to ask you, why were you crying when you saw pictures of Susan? I'm sorry, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. I'm sorry. When was it when I was saying goodbye to her at the airport? Because that was like a really sad time. Oh, wait a minute. No, the reason that that screw's not tightening is because it was upside down. That would in fact explain it. Here, let me move out a bit so you can see actually what I'm doing, because I'm trying to tighten these bars here and attach them. Those are the ones that go over my shoulder. Yeah, let's keep these rods secure, please. There we are. We don't want this to fall. There we are. Yeah. Yeah. Here we are. That feels good. Because then, on that, I think that's where I put this. Where do I put this? No, I've got to put it up in here. Ah! Which means I have to unscrew this whole... I have to cut this whole thing in half. The screw turned upside down. Dum da da dum da 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 dum. The screw turned upside down. You know what? I love Hamilton with all my heart, but I found a new musical obsession. And that is Ratatouille, the musical. Yes, I'm a sucker for a good TikTok song. And, oh, these are so good. I genuinely, unironically, jam to these fan-made Ratatouille musical songs. They're so catchy. You know, and they're only like 60 seconds until you can find when the creator uploaded one to YouTube. Like the full-length version, which I found a couple of, and they're absolutely fantastic. So I'm a huge supporter, unironic supporter of the Ratatouille musical. Remy, the Ratatouille, the rat of all my dreams. That one. Oh, it's unironically so catchy. Chris, do you have TikTok? I do, but the thing is, I'm just a leech. I have 2 TikToks public, and that's like all. I don't have any good ideas or funny ideas for TikToks. I'm just a leech on other people's creativity, and I watch. I'm a lurker, as the Reddits would say. That was a very Redditor thing, calling them the Reddits. Holy moly. But I love TikTok humor, and genuinely it makes me crack up laughing. I've had more fun on TikTok than I have on a social media app in a long time. And I know it's like stealing all of my data and all that not good stuff, but they're just so catchy, you know? This goes on this side. There we are. And so the purpose of this top thing is so that you can mount like a microphone on top, which I don't plan on doing yet, but it's good to know that you have the option. As well as definitely throwing this handle on there. Which to me is like the main thing, because it's nice to have a handle. Ugh. There we are. There we are. This makes it look so much more impressive than it really is. This is like putting... I don't know, I was hoping to come up with like some kind of car term, but I don't know cars at all. It's like putting a really nice thing, even though it's really just like a thing. Like putting an LED undercarriage on like a Toyota Camry, I guess. That's the only car thing I know. Ugh. There we are. There we are. Okay, so we got a handle, so we can... Ah! It's been 30 minutes! There we are. We got a handle. We can lift this. That's pretty dope. In fact, I don't think... If I'm just going to be putting this on this tripod, I don't need that whole back. This is pretty well balanced. And that means I can fit this in smaller places. And this looks ridiculous, doesn't it? This looks actually ridiculous. Even though in reality, like it's... The only reason I'm really doing this is for this matte box. The rest is totally overkill. But it looks so cool. And... yeah, that's really the main thing. Is just... going completely overkill just to make things look cool for myself. Ugh. There we are. There's the handle. That's where that comes in. So I can rest that right there. Ask Noah about cars. Yeah, my brother is like a car genius. He knows everything. I sent him a random picture today of like a car that was in front of us. And... he was like, oh, I know that. And then he named it. And I'm like, holy cow. So, yeah, my brother, he's a really intelligent dude. I love my family. If you haven't picked up on that by now, they're all real neat. How am I supposed to do this? Are you talking about the camera? You can use it only at home. Yeah, I mean, I essentially have dedicated that camera just to filming, which is why I've put it in that big fancy rig, and then I'm going to put it on this tripod, because that's not permanent per se, but it's definitely, like, not convenient to undo. But the main reason that I do that is because I have another... What is this? Oh, I just discovered my tripod has a little thing. What's the point of this? What? Huh. Anywho. So what are you going to do for Christmas? Christmas is honestly kind of difficult for me. Just like Christmas versus Hanukkah, the two different ways that I was raised. So I kind of do both. Like I have nothing against Christmas, but it's not really something that I personally do. I just more do it with my family because they're doing it. But yeah, I'm kind of conflicted on it. Are you sending? Well, I don't want to say publicly because what if she goes back and watches this? So, yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, you know what the best part about this fancy setup is? No one can tell me not to put stickers on it. And I have some VidCon stickers. The 8th annual VidCon. When was that? 2019 was the 10-year anniversary. 2018 was the 9-year. So this would be 2017. Got a bunch of stickers. Man, that was a good year. I loved 2017. Lucy, hey! Welcome to the party. This has been an interesting stream, as I've struggled with trying to configure this setup. And this is what I got. Yee boy. Look at how ridiculously this is so overcomplicated for what I need, but it looks cool. And I'm just a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for, because I'm not like, I'm not going to take my camera anywhere. I'm locking down, you know, quarantine. So why not go big? This is kind of what I'm thinking for the final setup. Yeah, it's just a cage that my camera goes in, and the only reason I'm really doing it, whoops, this needs to be adjusted, is for this box in front of the lens there, because that blocks the glare from lights that are like off camera. The lens can't see them, but the light from them is hitting the lens from the side, which causes like the colors to look all washed out and bland. So that's technically the reason I'm doing this, but not the main reason. You know, the main reason is just because it looks really cool, and I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for cool looking things, okay? Sasumi. Yeah, that's pretty neat. How neat is that? Oh, what if I take the little... I need a little screw piece. And what if I take it from this other tripod head? Oh, and attach it to this. No, attach it to this. This just might work. Oh, maybe not. Oh, shoot, it won't work. Darn. So close. The neck part needs to be a little bit longer. You see the height difference between these two? They need to be the same height. Shoot. I was so excited for that. Okay. Good night, Miriam. Is that how you say your name? Miriam? Hey, Grace, you're playing Among Us. Ah, love that game. It's pretty neat. It's pretty great. I just dropped something. That's cool. Yes, I wanna play Among Us again, and I also want to play Pokemon, and I don't know how to do the two of those really well. Like I like the idea right now of every other week, like cycling every Thursday between Pokemon and Among Us, Pokemon Among Us, Pokemon Among Us. But is that too confusing? Because they go like Pokemon Among Us, like a stream like this, Among Us, Pokemon stream like this, Among Us stream like this, Pokemon stream like this. So if you don't like that, like if you're getting bored of Pokemon, I'm down to just do Among Us. I'm living for playing Among Us. And I definitely don't want to stop. I would play Among Us if I could make it. Oh, it's so fun! Every Thursday at 7 p.m. Plug. What if I could eliminate the middleman? I'm hoping for some kind of like revelation to happen, because every now and then that happens, but it sure doesn't seem to be tonight. I'm getting nothing. Huh. Anywho, ugh. Yeah, You want to know something? This is going to be a little bit TMI, but you want to know something exciting that happened to me this week? We got a bidet. And those are the things that like spew water right at your... And we hooked it up to like the hot water system, so it's very nice. And it's just like... It's real neat. Fun fact, I tried to install it myself, and it worked for a while, and then something went wrong with our toilet. Like, it would constantly fill up, but would never stop filling up the lid, which isn't good. I messed something up, and I filmed... The reason that I'm not really... I made a whole video about it, and how honestly proud I was of myself, and like the whole theme was you can do what you're way more like capable than you think you are, and most things in life we overcomplicate mentally and convince ourselves that it's, you know, so much worse than in reality it really is, because most people like most things are set up to not have you fail. And it was just kind of that theme, but I feel weird releasing it because after I filmed it and edited it and then uploaded it, the toilet stopped working. And I figured out why. Like we fixed it, but like that's embarrassing, and I feel like it's almost like a lie now to say that everything went smoothly when it didn't. So I might just skip releasing that and then release the Hey Chris, because I filmed a Hey Chris and I like it. I really like how it came out. I haven't edited it yet, or I haven't finished editing it, but I will. Maybe tonight if I can get this thing all set up. Look forward to not this week's video, but next week's video looking hopefully real fancy. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, I think you'll figure it out 10 minutes after the stream ends. Honestly, isn't that just the way it always is? Isn't that literally just the way that it always is? Make it a Patreon video. Hey, that's not a bad idea. I haven't made a thumbnail for it. I've just called it 24. In fact, I could show it on the stream here. Do you want to see the video? I could totally show it. Oh my gosh, I could totally show it. If I just log into YouTube here, if my computer can handle playing a video and streaming at the same time, it can handle me playing Among Us and streaming that. I think this should be fine. Here, look at this. Oops, where am I? Where'd I go? Hang on. This is what I see, by the way, if you were ever wondering. Add existing DSLR. Hi! And then I'm just going to crop you in a touch. And by a touch, I mean a lot. This is the fun behind-the-scenes stuff. I told you this was going to be a behind-the-scenes stream, and it is. Maybe I should put myself on this side. There we are. Over a bit. There we are. So, if I go over here, switch account to my account here. YouTube Studio. And here it is. Here it is. Unlisted. Are you ready to see a secret? A secret? Let me make sure the audio is going to work. Desktop audio on. Can you hear this? Attempting to install this bidet on this toilet. And now look, I know that's not like a big deal objectively, but let me explain why that's a big deal to me. Our home's like in the condition that it is because of a faulty... Whoops. Okay. Are you ready for this? Allow me... Let me turn this down for me.
Today,
No, wait. I should have it be...
this bidet
loud, and I'll just mute myself. Okay, you're gonna get an exclusive video that's not being released anywhere. Today, I will be attempting to install this bidet on this toilet. And now look, I know that's not like a big deal objectively, but let me explain why that's a big deal to me. Our home's like in the condition that it is because of a faulty toilet, right? So we only have one toilet now, and it is our lifeline. I cannot mess this up. The pressure is slathered on heavily. Like how cream cheese should be on a bagel. Chris McGowan, I need your knowledge. There we are. Come to Papa. I'm never saying that again. Hey, Grandma, do you know what the water supply valve is? Is it? This is the water supply valve, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I have to ask about that, this is gonna be... See, I'm making all of the mistakes with your toilet, so I don't make them in mine. And well, it didn't exactly go seamlessly. Ew, ew. Thank you.
Well, just like it's coming from the tank. It's coming from the tank because it wasn't completely empty. But Mamma Mia, it just keeps coming.
Growing up, my father was very much a tinkerer, whether various electronic components or like various house repairs, and he tried to involve me, his child, in as much of it as possible. He and I built a treehouse with a zip line in our backyard, and that is one of my most treasured memories in life. And this has definitely become part of my personality. I change my setup like every week, right? But obviously, when it came to like the bigger stuff, the house repairs that will affect other people, that was for the adults. And even though I'm almost 25, like, I still think that I'm not ready, I'm not good enough to do these kinds of actual home renovation things. I'm not just concerned about the possibility or potential that I could screw something up and that will like affect everybody else. I'm scared to the point where I do not want to do something that will greatly help people. The cost of potentially ruining something outweighs in my brain the benefit that it will cause. And that's not great. It's just an overabundance of self-doubt that I'm not good enough in home repairs and not smart enough to figure this out. And I got it. I understood it. I could follow along. I understand a bit more about plumbing now. And that gives me the self-confidence to next time that we have another toilet issue, maybe something will break, maybe it will clog a bit, I can help. I'm more competent in this kind of thing than I thought. I'm finally one of the adults. And this is just one step closer to me living my best dad life. Not necessarily being a father, not being a daddy, but living dad life. You know, I want to wear the white sneakers while I mow the lawn at 7 a.m. and tell really bad dad jokes. I want to be like that. Throwing barbecues for my friends when it's safe to do so. And helping out with home repairs and geeking out about upgrades to the home. So, it feels so good. And I just had to share that with you. So, I challenge you this week to do a project that you're scared to do. Whether that be something in your home or reaching out to somebody that you're scared to reach out to. And update me. Let me know on like Twitter or the comments here or an email. Like, I want to read your story and see how that turns out. I'm rooting for you. Also, I know I'm gonna get at least one comment about it. I'm not wearing my necklace right now because I can't find it. I lost it somewhere. And I'm hoping I will find it by the time that I finish editing this video. Hey, Editing Chris, have you found the necklace yet? Yep, I forgot I put it in the wash. Whew, well, that's a relief. Guess now I just have to go and actually find the thing for you. Speaking of tinkering, do you like this new lighting setup? Let me show you doing this outro, what's going on. Look at this complete monstrosity of soft light. I'm bouncing light from this softbox with the diffuser attached to these pieces of paper that I've held up on the wall to make sure the color is white, and then bouncing all of that through this diffuser. And the best part is, hey Google, turn my lights off. There we are. So there you are. I don't know. Maybe I should. You want to be a dad so bad, Chris. It's true. It's true. Like, not necessarily a father, but just a dad. You know? Like, yeah, I already listed a bunch of examples in that video, but it's true. Like, I had a really good father figure growing up. And I want my life to emulate his. So, yeah. And again, like, it didn't work. I had messed something up and it just took a little bit to make itself apparent. But yeah. that's a video that I probably won't release, but you got to see. So there you are. I think on that note, I'm going. He just wants to tell dad jokes. That's what it is. It's just all an excuse to make dad jokes and have an excuse for it. So I think I'm gonna wrap this stream up now because it's been a hot minute. I'm sorry I was so late and was focusing more on getting this set up than interacting with you. But, you know, it was... Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for videos to look and sound better, but hopefully have better messages too. I want to get back to... I feel like I've done a lot of more lighthearted, entertaining stuff, and I'm kind of leaning now more to, like, the more serious like almost like Messianic Mondays ish, and that's a direction that I want to explore a bit more because it's been a while since I've since I've made or I've made more serious videos, but like pushed in that direction more, you know. I mean, we'll see what happens in the future. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know about that, and I'm excited for what that looks like. I'm excited for the future. Yeah, there you are. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your night and a fantastic rest of your week. I'll see you on Thursday, probably to play Pokemon, if that's okay. Unless there's enough of a push to switch over to Among Us, which I'm totally down for. I just don't know, what would be best. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful, I already said this. And in the meantime, get some sleep, drink some water, and stay. I should have gotten my mouse ready to switch over. There we go. And stay positive. I totally stole that bit from Twin Sauce. Also, what time is the stream on Thursdays? 7 p.m. Pacific time. So you can... I'm not sure exactly when that is. Also, when I play Pokemon, I'll try and have the game music playing because I feel like that might actually be okay to do. And plus, when I have different background music, it seems to cause the audio to glitch out, and that's not great. So yeah, there's just a few more final updates. I love you so much. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Bye! The audio to glitch out, and that's so yeah, there's just a few more final updates.